Hey folks, welcome back to another video on this Friday. Today it's about Pitchmap colors that you can see in the background here by Synaptic, and it's the smaller and most important cheaper brother of the original Pitchmap here that I feature a lot on this channel. And the biggest complaint I get about this plugin is the price point. Because it's almost 400 bucks at normal price. I got this back in the day for 150 bucks on a sale, but it's still very expensive. And it got famous among color-based producers in the recent years, and they used this to correct overtones from bass sounds. And so Synaptic came up with the idea, that's I think how it went, with the idea to make a smaller, simpler and cheaper plugin for these kind of color-based producers and just call it Pitchmap colors. So it misses some features from the original. You can see here the matrix is gone, threshold, feel, purify, glide, electrify, algorithm changes, all gone in the new thing here. It's dumbed down, it's a bit simpler, it's almost better to use in my opinion in certain ways. So yeah, that's what it's different, but it does the same thing. It corrects or tries to correct pitches or harmonics to a scale that you dial in here. So then we have here already some nice words: sick, insane, what the fuck. So it's not a boomer plugin, it's not made for boomers, but you can still use it, of course. It changes basically the sound, the tonality of the pitch correction. I show you this in a minute. Then we have here a piano roll where you can dial in the notes you want to have or you want to correct the harmonics to. Then here we have some low cut, we have a high cut, also min pitch, max pitch, which means basically you can exclude certain harmonics or pitches from correction. So that's neat if you want to not process the fundamental of your bass sound, for instance. You want to keep the sub untouched, right? You only want to correct the overtones, the harmonics of this bass sound. Then we have here some snapshots. You can dial in your own scales here and then quickly recall them with these snapshots. You can also use automation for that to switch from one scale to the other scale quickly. You can also use MIDI input here, so you can use the MIDI keyboard or the piano roll to change the scale on the fly. You can also inside of Bitwig use here a note receiver and grab notes from a different channel or track and then use that in here. It's also possible. Then we have down here some options. Scale shift, you can transpose the whole result of this plugin up to 24 semitones up and 24 semitones down, so 2 octaves. You can change the pitch rounding. You can bypass what you exclude here with the min pitch and the max pitch. You can also put this to mute or bypass, depends on what you want to do. Transient bypass, foreman shift, let's put this here to 0. And FMD gamma. This changes the sound a lot. It's almost like a low pass, but I show you this in a minute how it sounds. So here we have basically just a saw lead. This is actually the correct plugin. So this is the original one. Just delete this. Use here only this one. So this is the original sound. Just a saw with unison on there, right? And then you put this Pitchmap colors on there. So sick is the most subtle one. This one sounds very spectral-ish here. Also interesting is, instead of unison here, let's use a simple saw. And maybe use a pit crusher here, bit 8 on that. Let's see. Most of the times it sounds very nice. Maybe use here a sine and bit crush this. So, and this one tries to correct everything to the right scale. So maybe let's use here bass sound. Let's try this one. Put this in. And then use here Pitchmap colors. Dial in a scale. So okay, now that you have this, you can use your min pitch. You can exclude certain low frequencies. It sounds like a low cut. And then you can put everything that you excluded here from the pitch correction, you can put in with the bypass option. So with this, you get basically the original, untouched, unprocessed low end and the pitch corrected top end on top. The original bass sound. This is the format shift, scale shift. So this is how it sounds on bass sounds, but I usually don't use this on bass sounds at all. I'm also not a color bass producer, right? So I'm doing ambient and some drum bass stuff. So I use this most of the times to get atonal material into harmonic material. So here I have it, that's sometimes what I do. I have it on a radio station actually. Let's put this here on random. So there's a random radio station running in the background.
Jetzt klingelt's auch noch, check ich nicht.
And then you can use basically a radio source or random source, whatever it is, and correct everything to the right scale, and then resample it and use it in the sampler, or maybe use it as a loop in the background. So radio in combination with Pitchmap is always a win for me, and a nice sample source. You can use this in all kinds of different radio stations here, sometimes also. Let's try it here. And then, you know, you sample this and use it for whatever. So radio and Pitchmap, always nice. Then I use it here also on a track where I do some grid stuff in Bitwig Studio. Very atonal things here, a lot of phase modulation. And then I use basically Pitchmap to order all these overtones. I also used Pitchmap in combination with my Eurorack. Sometimes when you make experiments with Eurorack, and you probably know that you get out of pitch very quickly with Eurorack and when you mess around with frequencies. So I used to do that on my Eurorack and then just put a pitch map on that and then resample it and reuse it in projects. So also Eurorack or grid experimentations here in combination with Pitchmap, it's really nice. I do this all the time. Then another example is here to use percussion sounds. So Pitchmap then becomes more like a resonator in a way, a spectral resonator. So it's just some percussion sounds. Then I put here a filter on it with a lot of resonance. And it's tonality wise or pitch wise, it's all over the place. And then you use Pitchmap colors on that. Let's change here the samples. Yeah, and then basically a nice reverb or delay on that, and you have new material that's completely in tune with your current project. So it's not only nice for bass sounds, color bass sounds, that's my, yeah, that's what I want to say. So use it on bass, use it on radio material, source random samples, use it on grid experiments or on Eurorack results or Eurorack experimentations. Also in percussions, very nice to bring some tonality to drums or percussion sounds. You can almost use it like a spectral resonator, and has some options you can use to change the tonality down here. FMD gamma is nice. All these presets sound kind of nice. SIG is the subtlest one, so you can also maybe use it for vocals in a way. But I use it most of the times like an audio effect. It's not like I want to correct something like vocals or something like that, or make something sound nice. It's more like an effect to me, and I know it sounds very spectral-ish, but I like it, and sometimes it's nice to create samples with that. So the link is down in the description below. Like I said, it costs 99 bucks. The only downside is it uses iLog in my opinion, but that's how it is. I'm not affiliated with Synaptic. They got me this here for free, a free NFR license, and yeah, that's all. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.